And we've got some breaking news coming in from Mangaluru in Karnataka. Remember, this is a state where there have been a lot of polarizing flare-ups. A Muslim women's group identifying itself as MDF, or Muslims Defence Force, has been issuing threatening texts in the city of Mangaluru, telling Muslim girls that they will be beaten up if they are seen misbehaving in a burqa. On social media, the group has asked parents to monitor their children, and this comes as the latest step in what has been a steady stream of polarizing incidents in Karnataka. Remember, the hijab story first broke here on India Today in December last year, and ever since there has been a steady stream of communal and communally charged flare-ups, including the hijab protests. Now, a group calling itself the Muslim Defence Force, or MDF, they even have a logo, has come out to say that they are threatening families to keep a watch on their children and on their girls, and that girls in burqas should not misbehave. This is clearly a fringe group that is issuing threats to Indian citizens, families, innocent families in Karnataka and in Mangaluru, creating fear, planting fear in the hearts of citizens. Fringe groups, this is what they actually do, and the latest to come along to issue threats of this kind to innocent families and women is the Muslim Defence Force. These warning texts have gone viral. They have been shared thousands of times through forwards on WhatsApp as well as on social media. They have basically warned girls about hijab and burqa, saying if you remove them, you will be in trouble. It's a warning that's been issued to young women as well as to their parents, saying if you misbehave, you will be beaten. If you violate the burqa and hijab rule, you will be beaten. Regressive and scary at the same time of the Muslim Defence Force making use of the internet and the viral nature of instant messaging to spread this psychosis. Shashi Kumar, the police commissioner of Mangaluru, has taken cognizance, and he's just spoken to India Today. Take a look.
We are monitoring the posts, likes, comments, shares and different photographs, videographs, morphed photographs which are shared on various social media platforms like Facebook, Instagram, Twitter and also WhatsApp. We have formed some WhatsApp group also, default WhatsApp groups, in which we have taken individuals belonging to different organizations, political parties into that group, and we are watching the development which is taking place on all fronts. Particularly with respect to communal harmony, as Mangalore city is considered a very hypersensitive kind of a place for communal disturbance in the past.
I want to go across to Zeenat Shaukat Ali. She's a well-known activist and she has spoken extensively on the entire hijab controversy as well. Ms. Shaukat Ali, thank you very much for being with us. You know, how many times have we seen something like this at a time of vulnerability for many of these families and these young students, madam? You have a fringe group, this time it's a fringe group calling itself the Muslim Defence Force, issuing these open threats which have gone hugely viral on social media, warning families and young women that if they don't observe burqa and hijab, they will be beaten up and be in all kinds of trouble. How do you see this, ma'am?
I think this is a highly condemnable kind of an act, and the law is being taken into somebody's hands, and what they're doing is completely anti-constitutional to start off with. So I think what we have to do. This is moral policing is not done in this country. We are a secular democracy, and there is no moral policing here. And whoever has to tell the children, the parents will, if there is anything to be said, and nobody else. And so, this kind of, atrocious and absolutely uncalled for. Nobody asked them a question. And I think the community now has to join hands and openly condemn such acts. Because these acts, it's soft power against women that is being exercised all the time. I see it happening all the time.
Yes.
And, it is actually, women are the soft targets. Now, this cannot be countenanced, or this is a kind of a threat. And I think strong action by both the police and by the government and the community has to be taken as to condemn such actions. You see, it's one step after the other that is going on, and this cannot be tolerated at all, not in India.
Do you
We are
think...
not Taliban here. This is following a line of action that is happening in Afghanistan. If people who want to go there, they can go there and, practice it with them. But this is India.
Madam, do you think that the latent resentment that may be there in some quarters, owing to the manner in which the Karnataka government handled this entire issue, then it went to court, do you think, after the court verdict, etc., do you think that such groups are manipulating and making use of whatever resentment there might actually be among hardline groups and, using it to attack the vulnerability of these innocent families?
I think you have a very strong point out there, that this is the way, that they want to, sort of voice their resentment and have their voices heard, so that you go live on social media to say you are X, Y, or Z. I think there has to be a universal fatwa passed against such people, that, they have absolutely no authority, and it is completely uncalled for. And until and unless we don't take strong actions, both in words and in deeds, that the government has to take some form of action, and all government cutting across political parties have to unite, because this is not a flagship for any particular party. This is India, and this is, we are dealing now with a national issue. So we cannot, undermine this or sideline this. It has to be taken on, on a war footing, and we have to see to it that such voices are not heard, where women's rights for things, if they want to go shopping to a mall and
Yes.
they want to take a selfie, it sounds as if they're committing a criminal act. Now this cannot be tolerated.
Zeenat Shaukat Ali, pleasure. Thank you very much for speaking to us here on India Today. Once again, here is Shashi Kumar, the Police Commissioner of Mangaluru, who has just spoken to India Today on this particular issue. A fringe group, we don't know who the members are, but their content, their warnings have gone viral on WhatsApp and on social media. They're being shared extensively, and they have planted fear in the hearts of innocent Muslim families in Mangaluru. I want to take you through what he has said. Take a look.
We are monitoring the posts, likes, comments, shares, and different photographs, videographs, morphed photographs, which are shared on various social media platforms like Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, and also WhatsApp. We have formed some WhatsApp group also, default WhatsApp groups, in which we have taken individuals belonging to different organizations, political parties into that group, and we are watching the development which is taking place on all fronts. Particularly with respect to communal harmony, as Mangalore city is considered a very hypersensitive kind of a place for communal disturbance in the past, and very delicate communal harmony, communal tension. So we have been more focused on this communal aspect of it, and there are many organizations which are trying to send out different kind of very offensive messages of abusing, assaulting individuals belonging to different communities. Particularly one social media platform which claims itself a protector of Muslim rights. So they are saying that Muslim women who are wearing burqa in public places are not to open it, and if at all somebody is found taking selfies or photographs by taking out the burqa in public places like malls and parks, so they will be attacked. So they have given threat messages to parents in general on different social media. So we have been watchful about it, and definitely the social media, as it is anonymous and identity is very difficult to establish. There are some instances where some phone numbers of foreign origin have been used to create accounts, and some accounts are operated from outside the country also. So we have been watchful. We have about 7 people